The arrival of Magic. When Earvin "Magic" Johnson was drafted first overall by the Los Angeles Lakers in 1979, few could predict the profound impact he would have, not just on the team, but on the NBA as a whole. Magic arrived straight out of Michigan State University, bringing a blend of size, skill, and charisma that was unprecedented for a point guard. Standing at 6'9", he possessed the vision and passing ability typically reserved for much smaller players. This unique combination allowed him to see the court in ways no one else could, orchestrating plays that seemed almost prophetic. From the very start, Magic showed flashes of brilliance that went beyond typical rookie expectations. In the preseason, he would regularly make passes that left defenders bewildered and teammates wide open. Fans began to realize that this young player was more than a standard draft pick. He was a transformative talent capable of redefining how basketball could be played. Yet, despite this early promise, many critics doubted whether he could handle the pressures of leading a storied franchise like the Lakers. Magic's personality and confidence, however, proved to be perfectly suited to Los Angeles, a city that demanded both excellence and flair. Magic's rookie season was a remarkable blend of achievement and challenge. While he displayed incredible skill in scoring, passing, and rebounding, he was still learning the professional game's pace and physicality. He averaged 18 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.3 assists per game, numbers that hinted at his future greatness but didn't fully capture his impact on the court. What Magic brought to the Lakers went beyond statistics. He infused energy, creativity, and leadership, qualities that inspired his teammates and electrified fans. Even in moments when Magic's contribution wasn't fully reflected in the box score, his presence altered the dynamics of every game. Opponents had to account for his height and vision, which often disrupted defensive schemes. Teammates could take risks they normally wouldn't, trusting Magic to find them at the perfect moment. This subtle, almost invisible influence would become a hallmark of his career, and one reason he was often underestimated when it came to discussions about MVP-caliber seasons. By the end of his rookie year, Magic Johnson had already shown that he was capable of altering the trajectory of games with both skill and intuition. While some praised his scoring and assists, few truly grasped the magnitude of his court intelligence and versatility. These early glimpses of greatness set the stage for a career filled with moments that defied expectations, and for seasons where, despite performing at an MVP level, the broader narrative sometimes overlooked his brilliance. Magic Johnson's rookie season was impressive, but the path to true leadership in the NBA is never immediate. For a player of his caliber, the challenge wasn't just mastering individual skills, it was understanding how to elevate an entire team. From the beginning, Magic demonstrated a rare ability to connect with his teammates, recognizing their strengths and weaknesses and adjusting his game to maximize their potential. This kind of leadership, often overlooked by casual observers, was one of the reasons he would eventually be recognized as a transformative player, even if MVP accolades didn't always follow immediately. In the early years, Magic faced skepticism from critics who doubted whether a rookie could manage the pressures of a franchise with championship aspirations. His approach, however, was methodical yet intuitive. Magic would study his teammates' tendencies, the opponent's defensive patterns, and the flow of the game in real time, making split-second decisions that often resulted in game-winning plays. What was remarkable was his ability to maintain a sense of calm and confidence, even in high-pressure situations where others might falter. One of the subtler aspects of Magic's leadership was his insistence on inclusivity and morale. Unlike some superstars who demanded the spotlight, Magic sought to elevate those around him. He would pass to players who might not have had a chance to shine on other teams, often creating opportunities for role players to become unexpected contributors. This focus on collective success rather than individual statistics was unconventional for a young MVP-level talent, and it often led to him being undervalued in awards discussions. A perfect example came in his early playoff experiences, where Magic's versatility shone. In crucial moments, he could play almost any position on the court, switching from point guard to forward seamlessly. His ability to adapt to circumstances, whether filling in for injured teammates or countering defensive strategies, showcased an intelligence and selflessness that went far beyond conventional scoring metrics. Fans and commentators sometimes noticed the flashy passes and dramatic plays, but the quiet impact of these decisions on the team's overall cohesion was often underappreciated. Magic's leadership was not only tactical, but emotional. He understood that basketball is as much about psychology as skill. He would encourage teammates, calm them during tense moments, and even use humor to diffuse pressure. These subtle gestures built trust, confidence, and chemistry, intangibles that rarely appear on stat sheets but are essential for championship-caliber teams. By the end of his second season, Magic had firmly established himself as the Lakers' linchpin, even if his MVP-level contributions were not always fully recognized in public discourse. His combination of skill, vision, and leadership laid the groundwork for moments where he would rise above expectations, proving that true greatness often goes beyond the eye-catching statistics. Magic Johnson's true genius often revealed itself during the playoffs, where the intensity and stakes were higher than any regular season game. While fans admired his flashy passes and scoring, it was his ability to rise in critical moments that set him apart. Moments that sometimes went underappreciated in discussions about MVP-worthy performances. Even in his early years, Magic showed a remarkable knack for influencing games in ways that weren't always reflected in the stat sheet. One of the defining aspects of Magic's playoff approach was his adaptability. Unlike many stars who relied heavily on scoring, Magic could shift his role based on the team's needs. Whether it meant taking control as the primary scorer, setting up teammates with pinpoint assists, or even guarding the opposing team's best player, Magic's versatility allowed the Lakers to remain unpredictable. This made him both invaluable and at times undervalued in MVP conversations, because while he did everything a team could ask, he rarely needed to dominate the headlines to do it. A key example came during the 1980 NBA Finals, Magic's rookie season, when he stepped into the center position for the injured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Game 6. At just 20 years old, Magic scored 42 points, grabbed 15 rebounds, and dished out 7 assists, leading the Lakers to a championship victory. Many remember the dramatic performance, but what often goes unmentioned is how calculated and intelligent his play was. Magic didn't just fill a gap, he reimagined the team's strategy on the fly, seamlessly integrating with the Lakers system while exploiting the Celtics' defensive weaknesses. It was an MVP-level performance under immense pressure, yet because he was a rookie, the magnitude of his achievement was often understated. Magic's playoff brilliance wasn't limited to scoring. His vision allowed him to create opportunities for teammates in the most improbable situations. Off-ball movements, alley-oops, and backdoor cuts often resulted from his anticipation and spatial awareness rather than brute athleticism. Critics who focused solely on points and rebounds sometimes overlooked these contributions, yet they were decisive in securing victories. Another subtle but vital element of his playoff impact was his ability to control tempo. Magic could accelerate the game to exploit a mismatch or slow it down to stabilize the team under pressure. This mastery over the rhythm of a game is a hallmark of elite basketball IQ, yet it rarely earned the spotlight in MVP discussions dominated by raw statistics. By consistently delivering under pressure, Magic Johnson demonstrated that true value transcends scoring averages. His rookie playoff performance and subsequent early playoff years proved that he could elevate not only his own game but the entire Lakers franchise, setting a precedent for how versatile and selfless a true MVP-caliber player can be, even when the world hasn't fully recognized it yet. Magic Johnson's dominance was not confined to the playoffs. His regular season performances often reached MVP-caliber levels, even if public perception didn't always reflect it. While many fans remember his championship victories or flashy finals plays, some of his most remarkable contributions occurred during seasons when he quietly carried the Lakers through adversity, demonstrating versatility and leadership that statistics alone couldn't fully capture. During the 1981-82 season, for example, Magic averaged an impressive 16.5 points, 12.6 assists, and 6.8 rebounds per game. On paper, these numbers were outstanding, yet in the eyes of some observers, they were overshadowed by the sheer hype surrounding other stars. What set Magic apart was his ability to influence every aspect of the game simultaneously. He could score, rebound, pass, defend, and lead, all within a single possession if needed. His multi-dimensional skill set made him arguably one of the most complete players in the league, a true MVP-level talent whose impact was difficult to quantify. One of the subtle aspects of Magic's underappreciated brilliance was his ability to elevate role players. Players like Jamal Wilkes and Michael Cooper flourished because Magic consistently created high-percentage opportunities for them. This selfless approach meant that Magic sometimes sacrificed flashy personal stats in favor of team efficiency, a quality that few statisticians or casual fans fully grasped. While he didn't always lead the league in points, his influence extended across nearly every offensive and defensive category, illustrating the depth of his value. Another underappreciated factor was Magic's game management. Unlike players, who relied solely on athleticism, Magic possessed an extraordinary sense of timing, knowing exactly when to push the pace or slow the game down. This allowed the Lakers to dictate terms against opponents, controlling momentum in ways that rarely appeared on a box score, but were critical for consistent success throughout a long season. Even in games where Magic's scoring wasn't eye-popping, he was creating opportunities that led directly to wins. Alley-oops, kickouts to open shooters, and perfectly timed defensive switches became his trademark. Analysts often praised these moments as highlights, yet the cumulative effect of his court vision and basketball IQ made him indispensable. These are precisely the qualities that define an MVP, even when awards and public recognition lag behind. Magic Johnson's 1981-82 season and similar campaigns illustrate a recurring pattern. He consistently performed at a level worthy of MVP consideration, yet the combination of youthful humility, team-first mentality, and multifaceted skill often led to him being slightly underestimated in award discussions. His true value, however, was undeniable to teammates and coaches, and it laid the foundation for a career in which underappreciated brilliance became a recurring theme, a brilliance that would continue to define his legacy for decades to come. Magic Johnson's career coincided with some of the NBA's most dominant stars, which, paradoxically, sometimes made his extraordinary achievements less noticed. While Magic was quietly redefining the point guard position, other players, often more focused on scoring, grabbed the headlines. Larry Bird, for example, was the quintessential scoring forward and a media darling whose battles with Magic became legendary. These rivalries brought intense attention, yet they also created a scenario where Magic's subtle genius was occasionally overshadowed. Despite Bird's scoring dominance, Magic often outperformed him in less obvious areas. His assist numbers, rebounding, and versatility allowed the Lakers to execute strategies no other team could. Magic could lead fast breaks, defend multiple positions, and even take over in the post when needed. While Bird's performances were frequently celebrated with MVP recognition, Magic's equally impressive contributions, especially his court vision and leadership, sometimes went unnoticed in mainstream discussions. Another rival of note was Moses Malone, a dominant center whose scoring and rebounding numbers were visually impressive. Malone commanded attention with sheer physicality, but Magic's impact was more nuanced. He orchestrated the game, controlled tempo, and ensured team cohesion in ways that could not be captured solely by points or rebounds. Analysts of the era recognized his brilliance, but the general public often focused on raw statistics over Magic's multifaceted contributions. Even Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic's teammate, presented a unique dynamic. While Kareem often received MVP consideration for his scoring and durability, Magic's role in facilitating the offense and elevating his teammates was pivotal to Kareem's own success. This symbiotic relationship sometimes meant that Magic's value was understated because the spotlight was shared or even dominated by other stars, despite Magic being the engine that powered the Lakers' machine. This pattern persisted throughout the 1980s. Magic's playoff heroics, versatility, and leadership were undeniable, yet the presence of other MVP-caliber players often diverted attention from his accomplishments. Many fans and media outlets celebrated the visible, scoring-heavy achievements of his rivals, while Magic's equally important but subtler contributions received less acclaim. Ultimately, Magic Johnson's ability to thrive in an era crowded with legendary talent illustrates both the magnitude of his skill and the challenge of earning recognition. While he sometimes lacked the single-minded statistics that typically attract MVP votes, his influence on every aspect of the Lakers' success was profound. Understanding his career requires looking beyond conventional metrics to appreciate the ways he quietly dominated the game and set new standards for what an MVP-level player could be. Throughout his career, Magic Johnson produced performances that would have earned MVP recognition in almost any other context. Yet, for various reasons, including the presence of other superstar players, media focus, and the Lakers' team-first philosophy, some of his most remarkable achievements were underappreciated. These are the moments that reveal the true depth of Magic's greatness, the kind that casual fans might overlook, but that solidified his legacy among teammates, coaches, and basketball historians. One notable instance occurred during the 1983-84 season. Magic had been averaging 21.6 points, 12.1 assists, and 6.2 rebounds per game, numbers comparable to many MVP winners. Yet Larry Bird claimed the league's MVP that year, primarily due to Boston's performance and Bird's scoring feats. While Bird's achievements were undeniable, Magic's all-around influence on both ends of the court was equally, if not more, significant. His ability to involve teammates, dictate pace, and make critical defensive plays consistently altered game outcomes, though these contributions rarely appeared in headlines or award ballots. Another example took place during the 1986-87 season, one of Magic's statistically strongest campaigns. He led the Lakers to 65 regular season wins, averaging 23.9 points, 12.2 assists, and 6.3 rebounds per game. His leadership in orchestrating Showtime basketball was unparalleled, and yet he did not win MVP. That honor went to another star, often with higher scoring averages. Magic's brilliance was sometimes overshadowed by the public's traditional emphasis on scoring, despite his clear dominance in efficiency, versatility, and team impact. Magic also had individual games that were extraordinary but didn't result in major accolades. For example, in several high-stakes matchups against Eastern Conference powerhouses, he would post triple-doubles that directly influenced victories. These performances showcased the full range of his skills: scoring, assisting, rebounding, and controlling tempo. Observers often marveled at his flair, yet the quiet efficiency and strategic mastery underlying those displays frequently went unacknowledged in MVP discussions. A pattern emerges. Magic's greatness was multidimensional. He was a point guard, a forward, and a coach on the floor. His performances were not always the highest scoring or the flashiest, yet they were the most complete. The MVP awards he sometimes missed were less a reflection of his ability and more a product of context, competition, and the traditional metrics used to evaluate basketball excellence. These underappreciated performances highlight a key aspect of Magic Johnson's career. He consistently achieved at a level deserving of MVP consideration, even if recognition lagged behind. By examining these moments, one can better understand why Magic remains a benchmark for versatility, leadership, and understated brilliance in the NBA, a player whose true value often exceeded what awards could capture. Magic Johnson's career challenged conventional definitions of MVP. Traditionally, the award emphasized scoring dominance and individual statistics, but Magic demonstrated that a player's value extends far beyond points per game. His skill set embodied versatility, leadership, and strategic intelligence, qualities that often go unnoticed by casual observers, yet are critical to team success. Through his performances, Magic expanded the understanding of what it truly means to be an MVP-caliber player. Unlike many stars who excelled primarily in scoring, Magic excelled in multiple dimensions simultaneously. He was a point guard who could rebound at elite levels, a forward who could facilitate offense, and a strategic mind capable of reading defenses and dictating tempo. His impact was holistic, influencing every possession. This multifaceted dominance often translated into victories, yet traditional metrics rarely captured the full scope of his contribution. In many cases, his brilliance was subtly embedded in the success of his teammates, rather than in headline-grabbing numbers. Magic's approach to basketball also emphasized teamwork. He elevated players who otherwise might have been overlooked, creating opportunities for role players to shine. Alley-oops, backdoor cuts, and perfectly timed assists were staples of his game, and while these actions often didn't generate personal accolades, they directly affected game outcomes. By prioritizing team success over individual glory, Magic demonstrated that MVP-level influence could manifest in forms other than scoring alone. His understanding of game tempo further distinguished him from traditional MVP candidates. Magic could accelerate play to exploit mismatches or slow it to maintain control during pressure moments. This mastery over the rhythm of a game is an undervalued aspect of leadership, yet it was essential to the Lakers' sustained dominance during the 1980s. His ability to read situations and adjust strategies in real time was a form of basketball intelligence that transcended conventional statistics. Magic also redefined the emotional aspect of MVP leadership. Beyond technical skills, he inspired confidence and cohesion among teammates. His presence encouraged risk-taking, improved morale, and fostered a sense of unity. These intangible contributions often proved decisive in high-stakes games, yet they rarely factored into MVP awards, which tended to prioritize scoring or flashiness over subtle strategic impact. In sum, Magic Johnson's career forced the basketball world to reconsider what makes a player most valuable. His performances demonstrated that leadership, versatility, and court vision are just as vital as scoring numbers. By challenging traditional notions of MVP criteria, Magic not only earned his place in history, but also expanded the framework for evaluating greatness in professional basketball. His legacy serves as a reminder that true value often resides in what cannot be easily measured, making him a player whose MVP-level contributions were frequently underestimated but undeniably transformative. Magic Johnson's postseason performances were frequently where his MVP-level skills shone brightest, yet even in these high-stakes moments, he sometimes received less recognition than he deserved. The NBA Finals spotlight often fell on headline-grabbing scorers or established superstars, but Magic's brilliance lay in his ability to control the game, elevate teammates, and deliver under pressure, qualities that do not always translate into traditional awards. The 1984 and 1985 NBA Finals against the Boston Celtics offer vivid examples. While Larry Bird's scoring feats were widely celebrated, Magic's contributions went far beyond points. He orchestrated fast breaks, maintained defensive discipline, and provided crucial assists that turned close games in the Lakers' favor. His influence was as much about timing, awareness, and strategy as it was about raw skill. Observers focused on Bird's scoring highlights, yet Magic was quietly dictating the rhythm of each series, demonstrating the type of all-around excellence that defines an MVP-caliber player. Magic's performance in Game 6 of the 1980 NBA Finals remains iconic. Filling in for the injured Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic scored 42 points, grabbed 15 rebounds, and handed out 7 assists, an extraordinary feat for any player, let alone a rookie. While fans remember the excitement of that game, the subtleties of his decision-making, balancing scoring with playmaking and defensive awareness, highlight the depth of his skill. This level of intelligence and versatility is precisely what MVP-level recognition is meant to honor. Yet as a rookie, Magic's performance was often underestimated in the broader historical narrative. Throughout the 1980s, Magic continued to deliver in clutch situations. He repeatedly stepped up in elimination games, delivering triple-doubles and making pivotal plays at critical junctures. His ability to remain calm under pressure, inspire teammates, and make split-second decisions consistently gave the Lakers an edge. These performances exemplify why Magic's influence extended far beyond the stat sheet and why his MVP-level contributions were sometimes underappreciated in media coverage, dominated by more conventional scoring narratives. Even in moments when others received awards or accolades, Magic's finals brilliance showcased his unmatched versatility and leadership. He was the player who could adapt to any role, execute complex strategies, and elevate those around him, proving that true MVP impact is as much about subtle mastery as about scoring highlights. Magic Johnson's postseason legacy serves as a testament to a player whose talent, vision, and composure consistently met the highest standards of excellence, often in ways that went unrecognized by traditional metrics or the public spotlight. As Magic Johnson's career progressed into the late 1980s and early 1990s, he faced challenges that would have hindered lesser players. Injuries, evolving team dynamics, and the emergence of new NBA stars created circumstances that tested both his physical abilities and his leadership. Yet even in these years, Magic continued to demonstrate MVP-level influence, often in ways that were subtle, strategic, and underappreciated by the public eye. One of the most notable challenges came during the 1990-91 season. Magic was still capable of putting up impressive numbers, averaging 19.4 points, 12.5 assists, and 7.3 rebounds per game. However, the Lakers were no longer the dominant force of the early 1980s, and new stars like Michael Jordan and the rising Bulls captured much of the media attention. Despite these changes, Magic remained the engine of the Lakers, orchestrating plays, mentoring younger teammates, and providing stability in high-pressure situations. His value was evident in the team's ability to remain competitive, even when faced with more physically dominant or hyped opponents. Even after stepping away from the game briefly due to his HIV diagnosis in 1991, Magic's legacy of MVP-caliber influence persisted. Upon his return, he demonstrated that leadership, intelligence, and vision were just as crucial as athleticism. He adapted his style to accommodate physical limitations, relying on experience and basketball IQ to guide the Lakers in critical moments. Fans may have focused on his comeback story, but the underlying brilliance of his performances, his ability to dictate tempo, create opportunities, and inspire teammates, remained undeniable. Magic's later years also highlighted the intangible, qualities that define a true MVP. His mentorship of rising stars, ability to maintain team cohesion, and strategic decision-making during games were invaluable. Even when his scoring averages were lower than in his prime, his presence elevated the entire team. These contributions, often invisible in traditional statistics, underscored that MVP impact is not solely about points, rebounds, or assists. It's about overall influence on the game and teammates. In summary, Magic Johnson's later career serves as a powerful reminder of sustained excellence. Despite injuries, personal challenges, and shifting league dynamics, he continued to embody the traits of an MVP: versatility, intelligence, leadership, and the ability to impact every possession. These years reinforced the narrative that Magic's greatness often went unrecognized in conventional award discussions, yet his enduring brilliance remained a cornerstone of Lakers basketball and a lasting testament to his unparalleled skill. Magic Johnson's career is a testament to the idea that true value in basketball extends far beyond statistics and individual awards. While he earned multiple NBA championships and MVP trophies, there were countless moments, both in the regular season and in the playoffs, when his performances went above and beyond what conventional metrics or media narratives captured. Magic consistently displayed the qualities of a most valuable player: leadership, versatility, basketball intelligence, and the ability to elevate everyone around him. Throughout his career, Magic redefined what it means to be an MVP. He was not merely a scorer or a flashy passer. He was a holistic force on the court. He could control the tempo of the game, create scoring opportunities for teammates, adapt to injuries, and shine in high-pressure moments. Even when competing alongside other superstars, when the media spotlight focused elsewhere, Magic's quiet brilliance shaped the outcome of games and championships. These are the attributes that make his career particularly remarkable and often underappreciated in public discussions. Magic's influence extended beyond individual games or single seasons. He transformed the Los Angeles Lakers into the iconic Showtime team, blending speed, precision, and creativity into a style of play that thrilled fans and confounded opponents. His leadership and vision were critical in mentoring teammates, integrating role players into the system and maintaining cohesion under pressure. These contributions, while sometimes invisible in box scores, were essential to the Lakers' sustained dominance throughout the 1980s. Even in the face of challenges, injuries, personal setbacks, and fierce competition, Magic continued to demonstrate MVP-level value. He adapted his game, relied on experience and intelligence, and maintained a level of influence that few players could match. His legacy illustrates that being the most valuable does not always correlate with leading in points per game or earning constant media attention. Instead, it is about consistently enhancing the performance of the team and impacting the game in ways that others cannot. Ultimately, Magic Johnson deserves to be remembered as an MVP in spirit, even in seasons or games where formal awards may not have fully reflected his contribution. His career is a masterclass in versatility, leadership, and selflessness, offering a blueprint for how true greatness in basketball is measured. By elevating his teammates, adapting to any situation, and consistently delivering under pressure, Magic redefined excellence on the court and cemented his place in history, not only as a Lakers legend, but as one of the most complete and influential players the game has ever seen. Magic Johnson's impact on basketball extends far beyond the trophies, stats, and highlight reels. While his on-court achievements firmly established him as one of the NBA's all-time greats, his influence off the court has arguably shaped the way future generations approach the game. Young players who grew up watching Magic learned that basketball excellence is not defined solely by scoring or personal accolades. It's about vision, adaptability, leadership, and the ability to lift others. Many modern point guards cite Magic as a direct inspiration for their style of play. His combination of size, agility, and court intelligence created a new archetype for what a point guard could be. By showing that a tall player could dominate with passing, versatility, and leadership, Magic expanded the possibilities for future players, inspiring them to develop a more complete game rather than focusing exclusively on scoring. Players like LeBron James, Chris Paul, and Luka Doncic have often acknowledged Magic's influence on how they see the court and run their teams. Beyond individual influence, Magic also left a legacy in the realm of teamwork and professionalism. He demonstrated that true greatness includes elevating those around you, teaching that assisting, mentoring, and sharing the spotlight can be as impactful as scoring. This ethos has permeated modern basketball culture, shaping team dynamics, and the way coaches evaluate value beyond traditional statistics. Magic's career also served as a blueprint for resilience and adaptability. From stepping into the center position as a rookie to returning to the league after personal challenges, he showed that mental toughness, intelligence, and versatility are critical components of long-term success. Young athletes learned that overcoming adversity requires more than physical skill. It demands leadership, preparation, and composure under pressure. Finally, Magic's influence extends beyond the court into community engagement, business, and leadership in sports culture. His success demonstrated that athletes could be multifaceted leaders, inspiring not only in games, but also in life. For future generations, Magic Johnson represents the ideal of holistic greatness, a player whose value cannot be measured solely by trophies or MVP awards, but by the lasting impact on teammates, fans, and the game itself. In this sense, Magic Johnson's legacy as an underrated MVP continues to resonate. His career is a masterclass in excellence, selflessness, and vision, and the lessons he imparted remain invaluable for anyone seeking to understand what it truly means to be most valuable. Magic Johnson's career offers a blueprint not only for players but also for coaches, analysts, and aspiring leaders in any field. His unique combination of intelligence, adaptability, and charisma made him a transformative figure, demonstrating that leadership and strategy are as vital to winning as raw talent. Through his actions on the court, Magic taught lessons that continue to shape basketball philosophy today, further underscoring why he deserves recognition as an MVP, even when traditional awards did not fully capture his contributions. One of Magic's most important lessons was the power of vision and anticipation. His ability to read defenses, predict movements, and make split-second decisions allowed him to create opportunities that no one else could. Coaches often cite Magic as a player who could execute strategies instinctively, understanding not only his role, but the roles of every teammate. This level of basketball intelligence demonstrated that leadership is as much about awareness and foresight as it is about execution. Magic also emphasized adaptability. Whether stepping into unfamiliar positions, compensating for injured teammates, or adjusting to opponents' strengths, he showed that flexibility is a critical component of team success. For players, this meant developing versatility. For coaches, it highlighted the importance of trusting smart players to make dynamic decisions on the court. Magic's ability to thrive under evolving circumstances revealed that MVP-level impact is not static. It evolves with the needs of the team and the flow of the game. Another key lesson was selflessness in leadership. Magic consistently prioritized team success over personal accolades, creating opportunities for role players and distributing the ball to maximize efficiency. This approach demonstrated that true value is often invisible in the box score. An MVP does not merely score points, but elevates the entire roster. Coaches and analysts have frequently cited Magic's leadership style as a model for building cohesive, resilient teams. Finally, Magic taught that emotional intelligence matters as much as physical skill. His ability to inspire confidence, maintain composure under pressure, and read the emotional state of teammates allowed him to guide the Lakers through tense moments and critical playoff games. Leadership, Magic demonstrated, involves understanding people as much as mastering plays. Conclusion: Magic Johnson's legacy as a subverted MVP is cemented not only in his statistics, but in the lessons he imparted. Through vision, adaptability, selflessness, and emotional intelligence, he redefined what it means to be most valuable. His influence continues to shape players, coaches, and teams, proving that greatness extends far beyond trophies and numbers. Magic Johnson remains an enduring symbol of MVP-level excellence, quietly teaching the world that true value lies in impact, leadership, and the ability to elevate everyone around you.